So I'm starting over again. I was doing an in-scale layout, open grid bench work and whatnot on this frame here, and it just was not going the way I wanted it to. I'd never used in-scale before, and honestly, I just decided it's just too tiny for me. It's too small. I'm not getting younger. My glass prescription is getting worse as I get older. So I have decided I'm going to do the same layout I started out with the in-scale. I'm going to keep it the way it was, other than I'm going to change the radiuses on the curves so that I can run narrow gauge. HON3 is what I decided to do. I really liked it when I was a teenager. I remember when Malcolm Furlow, he built that San Juan Central series and model railroader, and I was like, oh, that's so cool. But, had no money or anything. And I'm finally to the age where like, okay, this is feasible. I can do this. So yes, I'm going to do narrow gauge. So I've already decked it with 1/2 inch plywood. And then I bought a sheet of Homosote, which I'm going to use as my sub road bed, since cork seems to be hard to get. And I can get this from McCoy's Supply. They've got tons of it in there. So if I need more, I can go get another sheet of it. No big deal. I'm also going to use Woodland Scenics risers sets instead of doing open grid and whatnot. I'm trying to make it as easy as possible. So that layout I started with, it had like 15 and 18 inch radius, and I adjusted it originally to fit on this deck. This is 5x10. That plan is 5x8, so I actually have 2 more feet of length, and I adjusted it with 18 inch radius turns. And then I was on a narrow gauge forum, and it seems there's no real answer to what will run on 18 inch radius. Some guys are saying, oh, this will. Some say it won't. Plus, you can't seem to get some locomotives. It seems Blackstone is still suffering from COVID. According to their website, they talk about the virus. I'm like, well, that was 2019. It's 2026. So, but they still say they don't have anybody to manufacture anything. So those are out. Plus, anything you find on eBay that is theirs is marked up nearly triple. So no, I'm not going to do those. There is lots of narrow gauge brass available, both painted and unpainted. And it seems they're very easy videos to understand how to rewire them and remotor them for DCC. So I think I'm going to go that route. But the thing about brass, I can tell you need at least 24 inch minimum radius. Again, the boxes for these locomotives don't say anything on them. So I really don't know. But from what I've read on forums that I can search here and there, 24 inch seems like it would work. Also, since I did draw the plan up, I redrew it with 18 inch radius because people are saying, oh, the Blackstone models will do 18 inch radius. And I'm like, yeah, if I could afford those. And so there's people are saying the brass will do 24. So I redrew that layout, and I had to add a foot down this whole side to make it 6x10. And that seems like it'll work. So I think I'm just going to go ahead and widen this. I'm going to add the extra foot on it just to make sure. And the only thing difference about that plan is like this gorge doesn't exist here, but that shouldn't be an issue because of the way it's laid out. Like, it's no big deal. I should be able to add that gorge there. But that is what's going on. So yeah, it's kind of a learning curve. I did do HO before in my 30s, but I've never done HO narrow gauge. So that's all new to me and everything. I am going to do DCC with it. And I did sell off all the in-scale stuff that I had. And I have some of that money left over so that I can start investing in narrow gauge. So that's where I'm at. With this thing, I have the foam, which I'm going to use to build the mountains and whatnot here. And I got to figure out the lighting again, because I don't want to attach it to my ceiling. I'd rather somehow suspend it. But yeah, new adventure. Whole new adventure. Trying to learn about narrow gauge. So that's where I am. I'm not in a real hurry. I'm just taking my time. So I just thought I'd do a little update about why I scrapped it and started over.